I would say in one word, mind-blowing, literally. It was such an intense trip, these 6 days. Just the fact that we mostly went into experience instead of getting theory or just learning about things. We actually did things, surprising things, totally out of the comfort zone things. But at the same time, I also felt like there was a space to do that in. So yeah, it was mind-blowing.
So how has this retreat contributed to your personal or spiritual growth?
Both, definitely, and on so many levels. It's really insane. I came here with like one big question or one big theme I wanted to challenge myself on, like my boundaries. I tend to overstep my own boundaries or like letting people in too much, and I wanted to kind of fix that because I've been going through processes for years, and I felt like I was stuck somewhere. And it was on a sexual level, but also on just like a personal level, doing stuff in my work, in my private life, and like all the areas basically. So I had a big theme I wanted to handle, and that totally transformed for me. The impact is huge because I kind of know what I needed to do. Again, in my head, we know what we need to do, but the body like doesn't really, or my body didn't really know how to handle these situations quite well. And the fact that we had so many experiences in like real life, setting your boundaries, feeling that they're a bit overstepped, learning how to say no, learning how to say what I want instead, like refusing help that is offered when it's not the kind of help I wanted, but then learning to ask for help that I did want. That was such a huge insight for me. So yeah.
What would you say was the most enjoyable experience of this workshop?
The most enjoyable. Oh my God, so many, so many, but on so many different, in so many different ways. There were like moments that I was crying and in process and like feeling really bad, but at the same time, coming out of that, I gained a lot of confidence, and I got to see stuff and patterns about myself that I didn't yet have refined. I kind of knew about it, but it just got more refined, so that made me break through it. So there were like low moments, if they're really low, but also ecstatic moments. As I had at least 2 times that I thought that I was on drugs, to be honest, and I know I wasn't, but it felt like it. So it was so cool. There were also some intense moments that were just out of the comfort zone, like when you guys explained the exercise that we were gonna do. My heart started pumping. I was like, no, I need to get out of here. And then I still went in, and every exercise hugely surprised me in what the effect was, how I went through it, what I learned about myself, what I learned about other people. And I think the spiritual thing that I take away from this, because it's a bunch of people having sex, but but there's like this level of spirituality where you really get a mind shift about what service is really. And so I'm so hugely grateful for that lesson, and I will immediately put it into practice. So, oh, lovely.
So how are you going to put it into practice when you come back?
Well, the first thing is I'm gonna probably take people home, so drive them to their home. But in my private life, definitely the way I see my partners. I have 2 partners, and the way I look at how we run things at home, it's like really from the mind, and it's all planned, and it's all very, how do I say this? Well, not really servicing each other and doing it for each other, but really like trying to take our own piece and find balance in it. And this is just a whole other way of looking at it. So I can't wait to go home and serve my partners. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that.
So how did the facilitators or staff enhance your experience?
Whew. Yeah, they just put it into practice, basically. I thought all of them, there were like 6 of them, all of them were like very grounded and seemed very secure about themselves and what they were doing. So they created the bedding in which we could do this transformational thing. Because like one of the contestants said, and I think she was spot on, is in training, because I'm coach and I train myself. In training, we usually spend a lot of time in making a safe environment, and over here it's totally different. The environment is so unsafe, it's so uncertain, but the way the facilitators hold that uncertain space and just make everybody go through their process, and it's like, it's insane. It's so that was really like the key point, I guess, to this thing. Yeah.
So, but did you feel really unsafe?
No, not really. Well, no, not unsafe. Like the environment wasn't safe. I've been going through this process myself where I sometimes feel unsafe with other people. And I think I already knew in my head that it's not about the environment that's unsafe, but it's me that's unsafe within myself. So not knowing where to stop or put boundaries or say no. So that's what makes it feel unsafe. And you guys created kind of rules also. So it's not that there was just let's go. There are basic rules, and the way you handle the process throughout the 6 days, it's like the exercises, it makes sense in a weird way. The way they follow each other and the way you guys hold that space. That's all the work, and it's not that the space is unsafe, but it's like the interactions are somewhat unsafe, and that's how people, or at least for my part, that's how I got to experience creating safety within myself. So I go out of this knowing that in the world I'm safe, because I'm safe with myself. So that's I'm so grateful for that lesson.